Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh boy. What is going on, everybody? We're here at Lowe's and we gotta get a few things for some home projects. I have a list in my pocket here and those are the only 3 things I'm actually gonna get, because if there we go. So there's 3 things that I need. I think 3. I need an anode rod for my electric hot water heater, flush device, which I forget what it's called, but I'm sure I can find it, and some wet sealant. And I'll explain those things to you once I find them. So got the sealant, the water sealant. I think I should only need 1 can for what we're doing. So this sealant, we have a can already. We had to redo our mailbox because PennDOT decided to take it out, and no offense to PennDOT, came by in the plow truck, took the mailbox out. The mailbox is already up, but we're building a base and we're gonna water seal. We water seal the entire mailbox. However, we're building like a base for it. That way that sits on the ground and Serena can plant plants in it, and we can do some other landscaping things, but we need this to basically wrap up that project. So that's number 1. Number 2, we need an anode rod, because I think this coming weekend on Sunday, I'm gonna be turning off the boiler for the winter because it's not supposed to be that cold anymore, so we don't need it. And I'm going to be shutting off the boiler, servicing that, nothing crazy there. And then the electric hot water heater, we need to flush that. I typically do that twice a year, give or take. But typically with the anode rod, ours is up top. You can easily take it off with a hex bit and then put another anode rod in. And the anode rod basically takes all the hard minerals out of the water as it comes in, and it basically breaks down over time. When we first moved into our house, the anode rod was still there. It was never replaced, but it was not in good condition. So I'm gonna get one just in case, but I have a feeling I'm probably just gonna go ahead and replace it, no matter the condition of it. And even though we have a water softener, we still, where we live, we have very, very hard water. So I found the anode rods. This one is a nipple type, which is not what we need. Which, unfortunately, those are on clearance for $20.97. We need one of these. It's the hex bit, and that is what we need. So we'll get one of those. And then there's also this flushing device. I don't know that they have them here. I would think they would have them over here. I'll have to look it up. I'm fairly certain they have it. If not, I know Walmart has it, which is just a hop, skip, and a throwaway. But let me look it up real quick and see if I can find it. What it basically is so this is the drain for the electric hot water heater. It basically attaches onto the end of that, and then it's clear, but it also has a pressure, like I guess a tire tube, like a nozzle that you can put pressurized air in. Obviously you don't want to do extreme pressure. They say even like a bike pump or something like that will work, but I want to give that a try because I know last time I did it, I actually took that drain plug completely off and I shoved a screwdriver in there and stirred up all the sediment at the bottom because it was very thick. So I'm going to try, if I can find this device, I'm going to try to use this method, do like a bike pump or something, and see if that unclogs all the sediment at the bottom of the drain. Now, if you are a homeowner, if you have an electric hot water heater, whether you feel comfortable doing it yourself or calling somebody to service it, I highly recommend it at least once a year. And these, we also have, I put new ones in. I got new ones, I think last year. I did not install them because we took the ones out that were in the electric hot water heater and we scrubbed them down really good and we put those back. So those might have to be replaced. I'm going to take those apart take a look at them, and if they do, I have some at home that we can use. So after looking online, Lowe's does not have it. Walmart, it's online delivery if I order whatever. But I just went on Amazon and placed the order, and this is, I don't know if you guys can see that. That is what it is. It costs $40. I know it's a little expensive, but in the long run, I think it's going to save me time, and time is money in this world. So I looked at my list. I don't think I need anything else, and Serena's not with me, so we're going to head on out of here, and I'll see you guys at home. All right, we are home, letting the puppers out. They're going to go do their thing. I'm going to show you guys what we're working with here in the garage. And turn some lights on so y'all can see me. So we did kind of organize the garage a little bit. This space over here was very stressful with the baby coming, and if you didn't know, we're gonna have a baby in like, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, so surprise if you're new to the channel. So yeah, in preparation of getting ready for the baby, the grill's gonna stay there for now because we don't really have anywhere to put it. This area, like this and this, needs to stay clear. That way we can get the car seat in and out. All these toys that you see here, I think I've talked about them. I don't know if it was on this channel or a reselling channel. After the baby's born, we're gonna go through all of these toys. We kind of already did, but those are all, for the most part, gonna be run on Whatnot. I know we have, there's a troll, we have a bunch of Little People stuff, another Little People stuff, there's Barbie stuff in here. This, I'm not sure if it's complete. If it's complete, we'll probably list that on eBay, but we do have another set that's open box. And now with my ADHD coming back to me, this is what our project for the rest of the mailbox is going to be. 4 of these are gonna obviously make like a picture frame on the top and bottom. This piece is going to come in between that picture frame on the top to screw to the side. And then all these pieces here, those will be kind of up and down between the 2 picture frames. So it'll create like a little gardening box. So all these I have to spray and water seal, and that actually reminds me, I think, yes. So this is actually a full can. So I might not have needed to pick up another full can, but we have that just in case. And the puppy they're doing some puppy things. And then down here, gonna also check the mail while we're down here. Truck, that's another project we have to work on. It has to get inspected. It has some work that we need to get done to the exhaust, rocker panels, yada, yada, yada. But that's in the process. And here she is. It's good and solid. We did use like the, not spray foam, but the foam that you break open in the bag. We got some from Lowe's. That bag did not really do what it was supposed to do. I don't know if it was brand or whatever it was. So we ended up running over to Ace Hardware, grabbed 2 more bags because I thought I was gonna need 2 more bags. We only needed 1, so I have another bag in the garage. And this is the mailbox now. And we have some junk mail in here. So top, bottom, I actually got this light. It works fairly well. Just to, add a little flair to the mailbox. Got that light at Goodwill actually for like $3. That was on the last mailbox. We reattached that. We reused the numbers that were on here. We just kind of touched them up a little bit with paint. All the wood is all repurposed of stuff that we've had sitting around. This metal base we actually bought, I think it was like $15, and obviously the mailbox, we've had that. So our idea, it's kind of like the corner is going to be here, and it's just going to make a box. That way she can plant her plants. And in the future, I think this whole area up here, we're going to get some pavers and stuff and go that route. There's my neighbor. Hi, Michelle. AKA Mickey. The plants, it is coming up on springtime, so the plants are blooming. This did its job last winter. I do have to service this, which I'm not sure. I might do that on Sunday as well, but we'll just see how the day goes. What are you doing down here, Miss Ivy? Let's go up. So that's definitely a work in progress. But hey, Remy, puppies are enjoying it before these western storms come and hit us today. But that's pretty much my game plan for the rest of the day. I know I have to get some stuff ready for our Whatnot show tonight. That's all that stuff. You guys want to go inside? Come on. All that stuff you'll see over on the Gym and Bargains channel. I actually did okay today. Got a lot of plush. Got Sully there. 2 full bags of stuff from Goodwill. But that is going to be it for today. We will catch up with you guys probably on Sunday when we go and do that mailbox. You knew that we had it.
I knew that we had it.
But you didn't know where it was. It is the next, well, not the next day, but a few days later. And we are going to be servicing this guy. We just had dinner. And it's one of the things on my to-do list for the next few days. So we have all the parts here that I think we're going to need. Some screwdrivers, electrical tester. This is that sediment buster thing I was talking about, so I'll show you guys that. We have a bike pump for that, new anode rod, and new electric. So the first thing we're gonna do is go over here into our basement and find the hot water heater, which I don't think, I relabeled all these because I knew what they were. Oh, and look at that, hot water, hot water. So I'm assuming that is, what number are we, 30 and 32? Hot water heater. Just shut that off. I'm gonna come over here and double check that everything is off. Now to test that those are off, we need to take these off, which these hold the elements, which I have new ones over there. Not sure, I'll probably end up putting them on. So I'll just pull this first one off for now, just to double check, get my little handy dandy cobalt blue tester. And we can
Do you want
also
to tell them why that's funny?
pop this off. Yeah, so that's completely off. And it's funny because I am a Craftsman guy. I have all Craftsman stuff. She has the cobalt stuff, so technically it should be yours. Whoa, abracadabra!
And that's so you can't say that I stole your stuff.
Correct.
And when you steal my stuff, I know.
Take this one off. Now this is the original water heater that came with the house. And this used to be running all year round, but then we repiped it, so all we have to do during the winter, this gets run, then summertime it gets shut off, and then this is serving the purpose of what it's intended for. It's an electric hot water heater. The water comes in, goes throughout the house, and this is not, we're saving like probably $3 to $4 grand every single year by not having this as like a storage tank for the boiler. Next, we need to,
which is how the last people had it.
Yeah, the last people had it that way, and it was like they were spending anywhere between $2,500 and $5,000 every single year to keep this running all year round. I was like, there's no way. So next up, we are switching off the inlet. Yes, we're gonna actually, I'm gonna switch off both of them so there's no back feed or anything. So both of those are shut off now, both the in and out. This one is always off anyways. Now before I go and do anything else, I'm going to connect the sediment buster. I'm gonna connect this guy. This is exactly how it came. No, like there's a little instruction down there. Like I said, I bought this, I think it was off of Amazon. It was 40 bucks. I think it's gonna help a lot. So now, as you can see, every electric hot water heater should have one of these. I'll rip this thing off too. Like I said, the electric is turned off, so we are safe. And this just goes on, twists on like that. Now, since we're doing this in our basement, and our basement does have drains, and if water spills out, it's not really a big deal, but I'll have it running to there. That way it goes down the drain. And now I will, since all the power's off, I will use my flathead and open this up very slowly. And I'll open this up as well. So you can see there's not, obviously a little bit of water came out, but there's not, right now there's no water in there. So we're gonna hook this guy up to here. And I'm gonna pump it very lightly. I'm not gonna go crazy on it. Ugh. Come on. Oh, wrong hole! Oh no! I don't even think I can use this one. All right, got some light because Serena said it's a little hard to see. Got a different bike pump. Good old Schwinn bike pump. Hopefully this one works. So simply get it on there. Give her some pumps. See if it, see water, a little bit. Got the big guns out over there. I didn't fill it up much. There's maybe like 40 PSI in there. I don't want to do a lot just because I don't want to do anything wrong. So give this a connect. Help. Give that a connect there. And see what this does. Well, it's doing more than what the other one was. So, the other thing I didn't realize, and my beautiful wife here failed to tell me, and I'm too dumb to notice it, but many of you in the comments section will probably light me up, and you're probably gonna laugh about it too, but obviously when you spray air into here, and you have this valve open, the air has no choice but to go out the other hole. So, I'm sure a bike pump would probably work, but since we already have this down here, I'm just gonna use it. So, let's try this again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. That's what we are looking for. Right, so on your, like I said, I'm not a service tech or anything, I just know from experience. When it comes to your electric hot water heaters, typically up here, you'll have these plugs. Now, obviously this one says anode. When I first opened this up, you could not see, excuse me, you could not see, this was all foam. So we had to go and cut all of it out, and the inner rod's all the way down there. I also picked up this like adapter, which is not the right adapter. I don't think. It is not.
Where did you get that?
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I lied. This is for the what you want to call them? They're for the electrodes. That's what this is for. So, I am going to need a hex bit. I forget what size. That is still super hot, so I'm going to let that cool down. And I am going to bring my toolbox down here so I can change this out.
Okay.
Alrighty, so back with the right attachment. This is a 1 1/16. I knew I had to go out and buy one before. Make sure we got lefty loosey on there. Stick it down in. There we go.
Okay.
This is still very hot. And honestly, this, yeah, you guys can see the steam coming off there. This rod does not look bad at all. All right, so we replaced the inner rod over there, looked fine, wiped it all down. Now we're gonna go on to these things. The most important thing, obviously the electric is off, or this would obviously short out. The most important thing with these is obviously you want, there isn't any indicator, I believe, on them that they need to be yellow or blue, as long as one goes to one side and one goes to the other. And then we're gonna repeat the same process on the one right below it. And typically these have both an upper and a lower. So this goes on just like that. You have a little hole here. And then all you do is apply a little bit of pressure and then lefty-loosey. Because obviously the elements, and there we go, there's a little bit of pressure there. The elements are what make your water hot. So these must have been brand new that we put in last year, because these look, they're a little dark, but they're not corroded at all. And I'm not touching it because it's hot. It's a little rusty back here, but that does not look too terrible. Well, and this one doesn't look too bad either. Breaking a sweat, but hopefully you guys can hear me. The boiler just kicked on, heating the house. The last 2 steps here, down here, we're gonna make sure this is closed. Good and tight, doesn't have to be overkill. This is open. We're gonna take this whole assembly off. We'll get that in a minute. I'm gonna turn the out one. Actually, I'm gonna hold off on this one for a little bit because I don't want to put air into the system. Now you guys can hear me. But we're gonna flick this one open. And I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. We'll show you guys in a minute. But water is now flowing into the hot water tank. I'm probably gonna wait about a minute or 2, and then I'm gonna flick this, the outflow on. Like I said, there's probably gonna be a little bit of water or a little bit of air in the hot water side just because we just did that flush, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now, down here on the floor, like you can see, there's all this little sediment builds up, and the first time we actually did this, we had probably a 5-gallon bucket, about, I don't know, the very bottom of it was completely filled with sediment. So now if you guys come over here, like I said, you might not be able to hear it, but if you put your ear up here with me, I'll take the light off. You can kind of hear the water flowing in. Now that's probably going to take a good half an hour to completely fill up. The our water pump over there is going. That's, like I said, it's going to take a while. But once this fills up, personally, we don't use hot water after we service this for what, maybe like, I would say about 2 hours. And I only turn this back on when the water pump completely stops. That way I know this is filled. I know it's not going to short anything out. And yeah, that's a little fun thing on my to-do list that has been on my to-do list for the last 2 weeks. So we can 99.9% check it off. The other thing I wanted to mention too, this sediment buster, I paid, I think it was $39.99 on Amazon. Was it helpful? I think it was. The last time I did this, which I previously had mentioned, I took the entire drain plug off of there. I would stick my finger in there, I'd stick a screwdriver in there. Even the first time I did it, I actually used a pressure washer and I pressure washed the bottom to get some of the sediment out. This makes it a lot easier. I'm not a sponsor by them at all, but this, if they want to sponsor me, great. Feel free to shoot me an email. But this, I personally think if you're going to be doing this even once a year, this is definitely a little handy tool. Especially, I'm not sure what other applications it could be used for, but definitely very helpful. I would recommend it. There are other ways and methods you could probably do, but if you're looking for a very quick and easy solution to help bust sediment out of your electric hot water heater or maybe another appliance, I would definitely give this a try. And now we'll see you guys tomorrow to build a, well, not build, but finish up building a mailbox. Okay. Morning, everyone. It is a little brisky outside. We got some wind going. They won't rain all day tomorrow, so this project needs to be absolutely done today. These are all the pieces. I think I showed you guys before, but I thought our mailbox would be big enough to assemble and then put over, but it's not. So we're gonna build 3 sides, put all the pieces on, and then once we get out there, we're just gonna push it in place, screw the last piece in, and we'll be good to go. It all sounds so simple, but I'm gonna make it complicated because that's the person I am. So right now I'm just screwing these in. Like I said, we're gonna build this frame, only the 3 sides, put these boards on, put the top on, and then once we get out there, we'll finish it up. So it probably looks really dark in here, obviously because of light, but we have this 3 out of the 4 sides made. What we're gonna do, what we thought about doing first, was going down to the mailbox and just setting it in like this and then building it. But I think it's gonna be a lot harder and it's gonna be a lot windier and cooler. And Serena is a little chilly, so am I. But we're gonna tack these in, we're gonna screw them in place, put the walls up, and then once the walls are on the bottom and top piece, we're gonna unscrew these, take it down, and set it all in place. I also forgot, dummy me, but this piece, once we get all assembled, I have to cut a piece. I have to cut here and on this side in order to fit it so we can screw it to the post on the mailbox so it stays secure. All right, the wind calmed down for now. I'm sure it's gonna pick back up in a few seconds, but this is what we're looking at. Like I said, PennDOT unfortunately took out the mailboxes just like they do all the time, and no big deal. This mailbox has been here, I mean, we've been in the house now for 4 years, 5 years? 5 years. That's crazy. So it was definitely time to update. It's not perfect by any means, but Serena can now, come springtime when the weather is warmer, we can put some dirt in here, get some flowers, and she can decorate a little bit. She also has this little hanging thing up here that I talked about earlier. She put like a little hanging basket, and I think the mail lady's gonna be appreciative of the new mailbox. Not so much that, but it's definitely gonna look nice. And then come springtime, I don't know if it's gonna happen this year, maybe, but all this area out here, including that like little bush, I want to put like pavers and make this all really nice. So we'll see if that happens, but that is going to do it for today's video. We're gonna clean up this mess, the mess in the garage. And thanks for tuning in if you made it this far in the video. As always, hit that like button, comment down below how you guys are doing. I always love talking to you. And hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next like little update video. All right, see you guys later.